The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business. Right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
You stumbled back into The Local Show, or maybe you walked or ran, or, just got back into it.
Found yourself here.
And here you are on your different devices, whether you're listening on a phone or a tablet or anything like that. I can remember, Steve, back when the girls were young, but pre-Nicholas, and we were looking for presents. And it was so easy to find the little electronic devices, like the tablets that were meant for kids, the VTech and everything, and they had all these little learning tools on it, and I thought that was so neat. Now, it's like, how do you scratch that itch for your teens and your tweens and all that? Because technology is so far advanced. They want things like, mega super AI
but that's
androids.
But parents felt it was that way then a little bit. Because the DS2, remember the DS2?
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. So
when my youngest wrestled, all the kids in between, they'd be gaming with each other.
With that DS.
With that DS2, and I didn't even know that exists anymore. But, when there wasn't electricity, when you and I were kids, Tom, it was a lot easier,
My daughter said that one time. She said, "Did you guys have electricity?"
Perfect.
I said, "Are you kidding me?"
Perfect. There wasn't electricity, but there were lawyers, Tom.
No, there's always been lawyers.
Tom's old enough to remember having
which one?
Rock and paper, but scissors.
Yeah, right.
So they couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Who was that voice, Tom? Who was that?
Only had one other item that would use.
Attorney John Murphy is with us right now. He's the owner of Safe Harbor Wills and Trust and has been nice enough to be a big sponsor of this show. In fact, I dare say we wouldn't be who we are today without
I know
John.
I wouldn't be.
Yeah, that's
handsome, tall, good looking, striking.
Well, I don't know about any of that.
So Steve just it's comparatively.
Yeah, right.
Well, when we started the show, it was the extraordinary size John Murphy. Now, John, you are seriously trying. What did you lose? 80 pounds?
Closer to 90, but yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very nice.
How about that?
And you're feeling good. The important thing is, I always say to people, when you lose that kind of weight, do you feel good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hits a golf ball farther, I can tell you that.
Well, that's good.
Well, once. He hit a golf ball 313 yard once.
But who's measuring it?
The girls with the laser off.
When you're not on the golf course, what is it that you and your company actually do?
Oh, they're going to ask me what I do when I'm not on the golf course. I was going to say, travel with my wife as much as possible. We help people protect their home and life savings from long-term care, hopefully well in advance of needing it, if ever. Or, when someone passes away, we help people wrap up family, their affairs as expeditiously as possible. And, sometimes folks find themselves needing a guardian. They don't have any documents in place, but they're not able to handle their own affairs.
Sure.
And we can help families get appropriate paperwork from the courts so they can help take care of their loved ones.
This time of year, families start to get together again. Of course, if the government allows you to. And when they start to gather, you start to notice things about your parents, maybe some cognitive issues, maybe they're thinking about getting rid of the home and all that stuff. Do you find that business ramps up? Do people act on that?
Usually after Thanksgiving. I mean, Thanksgiving is the number one family
gathering.
Right? Christmas, kids stay home with their kids, so Santa can come to their house.
Sure.
Right.
So you start to get some calls from there. Hey, we noticed something about mom. Noticed something about dad.
Yeah.
And we get some calls. It's a good time of year. It's a great time to have the conversation if you're going to visit your parents.
So these are the kids calling and say, hey, I'm a little worried about mom, right?
Yeah. They might say, we need to check in. Mom, do you have any planning done? Probably the biggest impediment is kids not wanting to feel intrusive.
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
Parents feeling that they're giving up their autonomy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and not, especially older folks, not really understanding what can happen, because in their day, people didn't go and spend 3 or 4 years in a nursing home. It was the county home,
right?
And it was only for poor people. Everybody else stayed at home,
right?
Because the kids lived at home, right?
Right.
I mean, my uncle lived in his house with my grandmother until he was probably 28 years old.
Oh, don't give my daughter any ideas.
You know? But it used to be the norm.
Yeah, it
right?
did, yes.
That kids would stay home until they got married.
Yeah, sometimes take care of their parents, right?
Or sometimes, they'd get married and their spouse would move into the house.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Italian. You know what I'm
Yeah, I absolutely. And you're Irish, you know it.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, English, oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
we'll just go take other people's homes.
So you're going to talk about legal stuff in your workshop coming up on November 12th?
Yeah, a lot of legal stuff, but really, how would you feel knowing that if something were to happen to you down the road, you've protected your home and other important assets for your family, right? The end result is, there's a lot of legal technical stuff, but how would it make you feel knowing you've got that taken care of? Mm-hmm. When we have people do exit interviews, which we ask all our clients to do, probably the most common phrase we hear is peace of mind.
Right.
We got it done.
Right.
It was a thorough process, so we know nothing's been left to chance. But really, peace of mind is the thing that comes.
So you've got this workshop on November 12th. You got 2 hours. There's one at 10. There's one at 4. 2 hours is a long time to listen to an attorney talk. How are they going to stay awake?
We provide,
coffee,
caffeine, and stuff. Yeah.
So what are you covering on the workshop? What are you going to talk about?
Well, we're gonna, and I've changed it up. Just every once in a while, I need to do it for my own edification. You don't want it to become routine and mundane. So we're really going to hammer on some Medicaid facts in the first half, things that people might not know. Mm-hmm. For instance, did you know that about 70% of long-term care residents are women? And that women are tend to be the ones who are unmarried, widowed, or never married.
Okay.
Right? The average stay in a nursing home is about 30 months.
Okay.
People don't think about. Okay. And almost 2/3 of the time when you have a husband and wife at home and one of them has been taking care of the other, it is the one who is the caretaker who dies first.
You shared that once. I think I probably heard you share it at a workshop. That surprised me. So 2 out of 3, the person that needed the care survives the caretaker.
Right. And if you think about it, especially if that not well person winds up in a nursing home.
Right.
And I'm going to go a little gender stereotype here.
Yeah.
The wife's taking care of the husband. He's in a nursing home now. Suddenly, she's feeling guilty.
Right.
Especially in that generation, right? In their 70s and 80s. Well, my job was to take care of my husband, and I failed.
Right.
And now you're running the household by yourself, and there's all kinds of stress.
Yeah.
I'm alone for some of these people. They're alone for the first time in 60 years.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
And there is a lot to the phrase manifestation or manifest destiny. Some people can will themselves to death.
Right.
So
not our listeners.
Yeah. So some fascinating numbers, and the nice thing is that I know that nobody in my audience is ever going to be one of those statistics.
Right.
Yeah. But they may have a friend.
Sure.
Or we invite them. Look at the 2 people next to you. Now you know who's going to go to the nursing home. Right. It's not going to be you.
So so you changed up the workshop. Going to communicate a little differently
and a little more narrowed. Steve. As you know, to me, it's a strength and a weakness. I like to educate.
Right.
And I might educate too much.
Correct.
What about this, and this, and this, and so we're really streamlining a little bit. I think it's going to be very exciting, very quick moving, very fast paced, very focused.
So the free workshop coming up here November 12th. There's one at 10 and 4 the Hampton
and
Buckley. Right at Buckley. They can register 370-9977. And it's free and there's no reason not to go, right? 370-9977. If they want to go to safeharborrulesandtrust.com, they can do it there too.
Yeah. Well, the second half of the workshop, we're going to talk about how you can plan ahead, stay in control of your assets, and protect them from long-term care.
Sounds like a plan, Tom.
Sounds good to me.